Okay, just a very short video here about something I've just discovered that I'm pretty excited about because I'm sure it did not used to be there. Now, I'm in a simulation here in the editor. You know that by default, the bubble is effectively attached to the action area. And when you move the action area, the bubble will move with it because it's attached to that. So if I drag this to somewhere else, say it really should have been down here, it's going to move the bubble with it, okay, which is what we want. That's because the bubble is tied to this action area. And if I go and look at the properties of that bubble, I can see the position is set based on the element, i.e. that object, that action area there. Now, the way it always used to work is you really want to keep that attached to that, because if you're using this for in-application help, or you turn this into a desktop assistant project or whatever else, if that object on the screen moves or you re-record it using a slightly different interface, you want the object to still be identified on the exact object and the bubble to point to that. Now, the way it was previously working is as soon as you move this bubble away from here, or say you decide, say I want this to point in from the right-hand side here. So I move this over to the right-hand side and I drag the bubble to where I want it to be, so it now points to there. Typically what would happen is that would break that link in here, okay? So once that's over there and it's now separate from this, so if I move this, the bubble's not going to move at all. And that's always been something that I've not really liked about this product. And you can see now that the position is keyed on the document instead of being keyed on the element. And it means if I want to get that back, I basically have to come into here and I have to say key off the element and reset it to whatever it was. However, a bit of functionality that seems to have appeared recently, I just noticed it today. It's something that I've asked SAP to do, so I don't know if they've started implementing this or not, but I wanted it so that if I drag this near to that area, it would basically lock onto it again and it would reattach it. And that looks like it's happened. If I now drag this to within, I think I've checked it about 5 pixels to the side here, that seems to reattach it, because now if I go and move this, the bubble moves with it, which is exactly what we want to happen. And it makes things a lot simpler if you're used to only moving the bubble by adjusting the position in here because you always wanted to retain that link. Now, one thing that's curious is that it still says it's keyed on the document and not the element, but it's not. It is actually keyed to the element. Again, I can move it and the bubble will move with it, which is perfect. Also, it only seems to work for string input fields, so for input text macros. For a regular mouse click, it doesn't seem to work the same way. If I move this to here, drag that to the side, it's not reattaching it, okay? That link is always broken. So again, I don't know if this is something that SAP are starting to implement and they've kind of rolled this bit out as a pilot. I'm pretty sure it never used to work like this, unless I've just got a blind spot there. But it didn't used to work like that. Now it definitely does for string inputs, which is great. It makes things a lot easier if I suddenly want to move this to somewhere else, knowing that wherever I put it on here, as long as I'm within 5 pixels on the point of that to here, it's now going to lock it on there and it's going to move it with it. That is excellent, a huge time saver, and I'm really happy to see this feature in there. That was it, just all I wanted to show you because I'm excited about it. I wanted to share it. Thanks for watching.